everyone. Welcome to MGP483. I'm Kevin. With me as ever, there's Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
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 And hello from my new giant Snorlax that has come home from Pokemon World Championships with me today. I say giant. He's regular size. It was the biggest one they had. They'd sold out of all the really big, obnoxious stuff. I was really disappointed. Apart from the really, really big, obnoxious stuff that's like 500 quid that I thought Anna would yell at me if I brought home a £500 one.
Have you checked its bum for zips?
I haven't. Should I?
It could be a Ditto in disguise as a Snorlax. I've got one that sits behind me. It looks like a Snorlax, but if you unzip its butthole, it's actually a Ditto.
I'll be pretty upset if it's a Ditto. I feel like I've paid Snorlax money, not Ditto money for this thing. So
yeah, it has the face of a Snorlax. I saw your picture earlier. I'd be surprised if Dittos have gained the ability to look more convincing. They purposely have a little smiley face on them if they're a Ditto.
That's all right then. The picture of me and Snorlax sat in the car on the way home that Anna only just saw about an hour ago because she clearly doesn't follow my Twitter in enough detail.
Outrage.
I got stuck in a traffic jam getting into a service station on the way home with that Snorlax strapped in next to me, and then a school teachery woman wandered over and said, "Are you looking to..." She came in doing the signal to wind down my window. "Are you looking to park or are you looking to leave?" And she just wanted to stand there talking at me to try and be a busybody and move traffic around, and I'm not listening to a word she's saying, just thinking, can I move the Snorlax? Has she noticed it yet? Do I mention it? And it's just sat there next to me, seatbelt on, minding its own business, having a lovely time. She didn't acknowledge it. I wonder if she saw it.
She might have just assumed that, like, you have little kids or something. I mean, I would have assumed you had little
but
kids.
But not in the car
there.
with me.
No, like, yeah, I'd just assumed that it was a throwback. I'd have probably acknowledged it up front in a really, really awkward way. You know what I'm like? I'd have just been like, "Oh, sorry, 1 second, just need to..." I'd have just moved it away. I'd have just made a point of covering its ears or something, you know. Just need to move this into the back seat.
You would have covered the Snorlax's ears. I think that would have made things worse.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't have made any sense.
To clarify, I wasn't upset about the Snorlax hearing what the woman had to say. You may have misunderstood the point of my story.
I would have just done something to acknowledge it was there and act like it wasn't part of the conversation. and that would have been enough for me to not feel awkward. I'd have just been like, "Oh, I'm putting him in the back." And that would have been it. I don't know. Just got to clear this seat. I'm picking someone up. That's probably what I'd have said, thinking fast there.
I mean, you didn't think that fast. You spent more time talking than she spent stood at my window. So you weren't thinking fast enough, I'm afraid.
Yeah. I'd have just said, "I'm just coming in here to get this fella a sandwich," and pat him on the belly. There's another way you could have handled it.
I just didn't acknowledge him. And I'm just going to assume she either didn't see him or didn't want to know.
2 different people told me that at this event you could get literally any Pokemon you could think of. To the first person, I said, "Oh, let me know if they got a Lapras," and they didn't have any. And the second
that's
person...
absolutely not true. I went in there searching for a Girafarig. Nope. Yeah. It was, bearing in mind, I went in on day 3 of the event. So day 1 on Wednesday, it was your typical 4 or 5 hour queues. It looked like an absolute nightmare, but they had all the stuff. Yesterday, the queues were a little bit smaller, but there were rumours starting to come out that a lot of the stuff had gone. Today, no queues at all. Not very many people there because there's a train strike and a tube strike on. So only really committed losers who decided, despite already having a train ticket, they decided they would drive down and spend £20 to park at the XL, plus pay the congestion charge to get to the XL. Only people like me were there today. No queues at all, but also very little in the way of any of the exclusive stuff. The only thing I managed to get as an event exclusive was a set of damage counters and a special coin in a little box. There was none of the little Pikachu dressed up like Mr. London Boy, nothing like that. And the selection of Pokemon plushies was pretty disappointing. Like I say, none of the big stuff was left. And of the little stuff, there wasn't much choice. There was a lot of repetition across the different areas. I went in there to hunt a Girafarig. I did not see a Girafarig, and for that I am very upset.
Well, you said to me, like, "Oh, get down here now," and I was like, "Look, I looked at this yesterday, as I say, when one of my friends was there, and I'm not sure what I would have got from it because I've got a mountain of plushes already. A few people sent me pictures of their swag that did look cool, but was it mostly people playing the card game, which would have been obviously up your street?
No, there was everything there. So there was in there. Once you walk in, you know how you walk in the XL, you have the main like horror thing. Because I didn't have a ticket to the event, so I just literally went down to go to the Pokemon Center and soak up a little bit of the atmosphere. So I didn't go into the main play area at all. But in the little central area, there was a couple of real life Pokestops that they'd built for the Pokemon Go lot. There was a like massive inflatable Pikachus that were gyms and stuff. I'm looking at the screenshot I sent you earlier. I don't know how much Pokemon Go stuff there normally is at the XL, but there was 6 gyms and probably 15 Pokestops all within the building.
Many, no,
it was absolutely bonkers. So there was people playing Pokemon Go everywhere. The little central seating areas were just taken over by people with their trading card folders. They were designated as the official trading areas. So you'd go there to trade your Pokemon cards. There was a section a bit further down that had a load of switches where they had Arceus to play, and they were also giving away hats of the 3 starters for the new game. So he said, which one do you want? I said, I'm not making that kind of decision now. Just give me whichever one you want. I'm not committing to my starter here and now based on a cardboard hat. Just give me one. So I got the green one. I don't know what any of their names are. I was a little bit disappointed I didn't get the Donald Duck rip-off one, but I've got the green hat. So there was a section doing that. There was loads of like artwork and stuff around. I've never seen the XL as decorated for an event as it was for this one. They really, really went for it. It's Pokemon stuff everywhere, photo opportunities everywhere. I think I put on Twitter that it was like going to Pokemon Disneyland. There's Pokemon music playing the whole time while you're walking around. Everything is Pokemon themed. The Devil's Transport outside, the cable cars are all Pokemon themed and everything. I saw a picture
of that, and I was wondering again whether they'll keep that over.
It's just for this week, apparently. Just for this week. And then right at one end of the event, there's this massive archway that's completely decorated and themed for the Pokemon Center, and that's where the Pokemon Center is, which is the shop, and that is huge. I was in there a good 30-40 minutes just walking up and down the little streets that it's got set up in there, mooching through all the stuff, having a little old look. So there was lots of, I probably spent, bearing in mind I didn't have an actual ticket to the actual event, I was probably in there 2 hours doing the Pokemon Center, having a look on Pokemon Go, having a mooch through the trading stuff, getting my hat, and there was apparently a Pokemon Unite area that I went nowhere near. There was Pokken stuff in there apparently as well. So it's not just the trading card World Championships. The World Championships of everything are going on there this week. So you've got the Pokemon Go folk, you've got the video game folk, and apparently the Pokken lot are somewhere hidden in a corner as well.
See, Pokken and Unite, I can't get my head around them. I don't feel like they're deep enough to warrant becoming a world champion in. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like, if you're into Unite, you're probably into League of Legends and all of that, which feel like
it's like when we said if we were ever going to go to the Olympics, we'd do it playing beach volleyball. I imagine it's just an easy way to qualify for the World Championships. You're not going to get to the World Championships playing the trading card game unless you spend a lot of money on trading cards and spend a lot of time practicing. But I bet it's not that hard to get there to the World Championships of playing Pokken, surely. Probably not. I saw that the Pokemon Go battle tournament got delayed by hours because the game was glitching out, and I was like, that is such a true to life experience of playing Go battle. It apparently didn't work, and it took them a while to get it going. I have been following it. I did take part in the codes they gave out online. I got my Victini for Pokemon Sword and Shield. I think there's a code floating around. If you put it in Pokemon Sword and Shield, you get a Victini, which is a legend from Gen 5, I want to say. And there was a Pokemon Go code where I got that Pikachu that they were giving out down there. And they did a task where you had to, I don't know, you got a load of bits and bobs. I think you had to pick a team and do some battles. But yeah, Pokemon Go's done a few things to celebrate it, which has been decent. So I feel like I have been involved. I feel like if I'd gone to the shop, I'd have probably just spent a lot of money on a handful of plushes or something like that. And I wouldn't have got much for it. You could have got, I sent you a picture of a tie.
I don't need a tie. I don't wear ties.
They also had dress socks. I got Anna casual socks. They did also have Pokemon dress socks. So you could have got some dress socks to
What's the
wear with your
difference? Do they go
tuxedo.
up your shins?
Anna's ones have pictures on. Dress socks are basically black with a very subtle little bit of Pokemon on them, I think. Ooh. So you can wear them with a suit without looking like a Wally.
I'd have liked a bit of subtle Pokemon on there. That would have been good.
Oh, there was a subtle Pokemon area. There was subtle Pokemon diaries and notebooks, and the amount of Sheepdog style shoulder bags they've got with various Pokemon themed things on.
Mate, you could have gone down. I would have come down for that. I'm still looking for a bag.
It's open all weekend. You can drive down. I literally left home at 10 o'clock this morning. And if it hadn't been for traffic on the way home, would have been home by 4 o'clock. There's no need to book ahead. They just wave it. When I got to the Pokemon Center, he said, "Have you booked, or are you just a walk-in?" And I said, "Well, I've booked." And he didn't look, and I was there an hour before my slot. And apparently, he would have let me in if I was just a walk-in anyway, because there was no queue. So you can just go in. I think anyone who's in easy commuting distance of central London who's remotely into Pokemon, particularly Pokemon Go, I think you could spend the day there just doing all the Pokemon Go stuff and going to the Pokemon Center. And if you like the cards as well, you can have a little mooch through the trading area. And you don't need to wander in. Apparently yesterday, if you went to the desk and you got there early enough, they did have some spectator passes set aside, which have been sold out online for ages. But apparently if you'd have got there early yesterday, you could have got a spectator pass. But when I was there about 1 o'clock this afternoon, they were done for the day. They had no spare stuff.
Sunday's going to be carnage because they mentioned in the opening ceremony, they were really cheeky. They talked about the event and they were like, "Oh yeah, and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We'll be talking about them in the closing ceremony." And then they just moved on, and everyone made this like sound in the crowd because they'd obviously been led along a bit there. Everyone was expecting some news, so. A few people I know have said to me, "I'm going to try and get tickets for Sunday's thing," but they're like rarest hen's teeth or whatever. And I imagine it'll be rammed on Sunday because people will want to hear that news live and whatever. It'll be like, there's another legend in it or something like that. There won't be. I don't think there'll be anything major probably, but hopefully.
It sounds like you need to go down tomorrow. Then go down on Saturday. Get yourself a Pokemon satchel.
Got my mum and dad visiting tomorrow. I can't. I did go to...
They'll love to go with you.
I did go to that London Anime and Gaming Convention last week, and I did walk around there looking for a bag the entire time. I am a bit of a plonker. You may have known.
Yes, you are. Agreed. End of sentence.
I took my daughter and her friends down there, and when we walked through the door... there were signs that said like Artist Alley this way. There was like go downstairs for the hall. And so I thought, well, we're on the Artist Alley shop floor. You know, there's going to be cooler stuff there than the generic floor. I'll drag them through that first. So we walked through that. They really enjoyed it. They spent their money. And then I took them downstairs to the main bit, as it were. And we walked around there. I was looking for a bag. I was looking at things that I might want to buy and couldn't really find anything that would suit me. They all spent all of their money. And then I said, okay, apparently there's a tabletop gaming level upstairs. Let's nip up there. We'd been in there probably just under 2 hours at this point. It was like this Novotel hotel. It was quite nice in there. It was quite nicely sort of set out and everything. They had a band playing on stage. They had quite a few different stalls. They had this really cool guy who... do you remember it went around online? Someone had drawn realistic Pokemon. So like, this is what Bulbasaur would look like if it was real. This is what Squirtle would look like if it was real. That person was there, and they'd done the whole like deck, so they were selling maps and pictures and all of this, which I didn't have the money for. You know, they were very expensive, to get the official stuff framed and that. So I thought it was quite cool, but I bought one thing, and that was I went to buy it. They had a Pokeball on the side. It was like a Lego Pokeball. And I thought, oh, that looks like a beast ball. I might buy that. So I went over to the lady. I'd like to buy this, please. She said, oh, well, open it. See what's inside. I opened it. It had a Lapras inside. And I thought, hang on a minute. Hey, that's not a beast. Why has this beast ball got a Lapras in it? But anyway. So I was like, do I just like take this one? And she was like, well, no, we sell you the set to build it. And I kind of thought, I don't want to build it. I just wanted to buy it made. And she handed me it. And I was like, I don't really want this now. And I looked at the box and it's 600 freaking pieces. 600 pieces of tiny bits of Lego to build this Lapras in the wrong ball. I bought it because she already put it in my hand. I paid for it. And I walked away going, well, I'm never going to build this. And my wife...
I had a tiny little Lego piece Charizard that I made. I don't know how many pieces that was.
She said, my wife said, "Oh, you have to build it. You have to build it. You'll build it soon." And I'm like, "I won't." So she might build it for me. But I was so disappointed. But anyway, I took the teens up this escalator. I was like, "Right, well, we'll drive to the service station for some tea, and then we'll go home." And we're all. I was quite relieved because we'd got there. I said to you before, we were getting there for 1:30. I was quite nervous that I was worried they might be a bit like, "Oh, we don't want to go. Let's stay here till it closes at 8:00." And I was thinking, "Oh God, I'm going to be here till 10. It's going to be a nightmare." Must have been about 5, and they're like, "Yeah, no, I've had a really good time. This has been awesome." And my daughter's like, "I've spent all my money. I've got all this cool stuff." She'd bought all this anime stuff. We went in this tabletop room, and it was actually the main room of the convention. It was where all the tables were. There were like 100+ stalls there. No tabletop games, which is weird. The paper sign that said it was the tabletop room. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was, but when we went in there, it was actually the event. We'd missed the main floor. It'd be a bit like only going to the, in Comic-Con's on 2 sides, and one side's a little bit smaller, but it's got like more costumes and stuff that you can look at. It'd have been like going to only that side and not visiting the shop side of Comic-Con. So we spent another hour and a half walking around the shops while my daughter was just livid that she'd spent all her money in the other thing and missed all this stuff. But one of the things that I thought, I was like, Kev needs to know about this, but in a pre-warning kind of, this is a fad that I think you'll find, because it might pique your interest, but you'll hate it for the same reason I did. Do you remember those mystery boxes that we tried to shame on the internet? My daughter's friend was like, "I'm going to buy one of these boxes," and I said, "Nah, trust me, they're an absolute rip-off." So she didn't buy from this store, but this store had all these like different boxes, but they had different IPs on them. So there was like a Neon Genesis Evangelion box that was like 30 quid, and in there was mystery stuff related to that. And then let's say there was a Pokemon box or a, whatever. It's just hundreds of different ones, but they're all different IPs, and each box contains specific stuff to that IP. And I was kind of like, yeah, well, don't get involved in it anyway. So then we went to another store that was selling big bags, and it had the same thing. And I was trying to convince her that it probably wasn't worth doing. And in the end, she was just like, "No, do you know what? I'm just going to get one." And I was like, "Well, I'm not your dad. Do what you want. Like, I'm just telling you that me and a friend of mine did a video exposing these con people for the terrible stuff they sell." And I was like, "And even if you get a good bag, it doesn't mean they're all good. It just means you got a good bag." But when she got it, I can't remember, she got it for some random anime. And she got like a T-shirt for that anime, a mouse pad for that anime, a poster for that anime, something else. You know what I mean? It was just merch for this anime, and I thought, this is actually pretty clever. This is actually pretty cool. I don't know why they actually made it a mystery. They could have just sold it as, get this bag of stuff dedicated to this anime. But then I just kept thinking, oh, do I want to spend 30 quid on a Neon Genesis Evangelion box? I was just like, I watched that the other week, thought it was pretty good, and I just kept thinking, I didn't buy it. You know what I'm like? I'm very good at convincing myself I don't want something as much as I probably did want it, but I left thinking, I wish I'd got it. And then I was thinking to myself, if Kev sees a box that's just like, I can't perceive what would make you go, I'm going to buy it, but there's bound to be something. And if they're at Comic-Con later in the year or at EGX, you may be in some trouble if you start seeing a Persona one. Let's say if you saw a Persona 4 or Persona 5 or whatever one you like the most box, 30 quid.
If they're actually putting the stuff for the IP in the boxes now, then that's acceptable. I don't mind doing that. The criticism we always had was you'd buy a Pokemon box and it was full of Doctor Who stuff.
Yeah, that was what I said to her, was I ended up with a 4-generation-old Doctor Who iPhone case, whereas she actually got a decent set of stuff. So I was like, oh, as I say, I felt very much like we've come out of that trough of terribleness. My daughter was insisting on getting one. We fixed
mystery boxes, apparently.
I reckon we did. But yeah,
you're welcome, everybody.
Yeah. So I only got the Pokeball. But it was fun hanging out with her and seeing all the other stuff. It was a decent little. I feel like if it had been more local to us, I'd have been saying, like, say it was within an hour of where we both lived, I'd have been saying we should go to this every year. It's quite fun, but I don't know whether I'd want to go to it every time. I don't think I'd want to drag you lot there for an event, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. I said to my daughter I might take her to the November Comic-Con, and she can probably, maybe her friends come to that or whatever. But yeah, it was all right. I had fun. But I didn't. We went to the gaming room on the way out, and I think MGPX had more of a gaming footprint at it. Like,
back in 2023.
Yeah. I was like, what? I said, yep. I said, yep, thinking you meant in the past when we did it last time, and I was like, yeah, like the last one.
No, back next year.
Okay, I'm up for
Yeah, Pab's going to organise it. It's going to be great.
What?
It's going to be in Manchester. MGPX Manchester next year. You're organising it. Hey, good work, Pabby. On the topic of conventions, before we move on, and sort of drifting us slightly towards gaming, because the Insomnia Gaming Festival is next weekend. I am there as a guest, and I'm going to be making my main stage convention debut. I've never been on the main stage before, so if you are going to be at Insomnia next weekend, Sunday the 28th of August on the Insomnia stage between 2:30 and 3:30, there's something called What's My Line, which I've been told is apparently a panel show style thing where I am on a panel where there's going to be members of the audience come up and me and the other panelists in a humorous fashion have to try and guess what their job is. Apparently, it's very popular at these things, and I'm on it, so come along and laugh at everything I say so they invite me back for the next one, please. If you're also going to be at the event on the Saturday, I will be mooching around the show floor. I'm going to be in the Creator Tavern doing meet and greet stuff as well. So, yeah, if you're at Insomnia next weekend, come and say hello to old Kev and make me look big time so they ask me to do stuff like that again, because it's cool. I like doing stuff like that. We've got a football manager panel coming up at EGX as well as the Neurodiversity panel coming to EGX. That's coming back to Comic-Con as well. Lots and lots of stuff going on. But they ask, the more stuff you lot laugh at while I'm doing, in a good way, not the way sometimes you laugh at the stuff I do, the more likely they are to ask for more stuff in the future. So What's My Line? The Insomnia stage, 2:30, Sunday the 28th of August. I expect all of you to be there, and if you're not there, I am going to need a note from either your doctor or your mother. So just be aware of that. Send them through to @RB6K on Twitter.
I encourage him to laugh extra hard, because what can also happen if you play it just right is Kev will become the de facto leader of it somehow, and then someone will miss it and they'll invite me on it, and then we fully take over it. It becomes an MGP panel. So
well, the next slot on the main stage is for you, because at 4:30 on the Insomnia stage is the Just Dance Showdown. So if you're going to do anything, I assume that's the one that they're going to earmark you for in the future.
Well, Saturday, you need to go and take out the Just Dancers and one of your panel members, and then you need to give me a call, and I need to just wing it down there, or up there, wherever it is. I don't even know where it is.
It's across. It's Birmingham. It's at the neck.
Is there one neck in Birmingham or multiple necks?
There is just the one. It is the National Exhibition Centre. There is one in the country. If you put NEC into your sat nav,
I end up with the French
you will
one.
find it.
The French one.
What about Wales or Scotland? Are they not different nations?
Nah, they're not. They're basically counties, aren't they?
I end up in Ireland.
Probably. I'm going to Wales in 2 weeks. I love Wales, really.
You prefer dolphins, though?
I do. Dolphins can talk. Whales just squirt.
I
just
felt my
lost.
eyes move to the side like I was looking up for an explanation to that. If someone had been here, I'd have shared a look with them, but I looked at my fan, and my fan just shrugged. So are we moving on to games?
Yeah, that's my contribution over, because all I've done this week is carry on playing 2 Point Campus.
That's all he's done.
I have changed my strategy entirely from last week when I was all on team 1 star and move on. I've turned my back on that bunch of charlatans. I am now 3 star or nothing. I am in the elite 3-star squad now, and I've gone back through 3-starring all of them, and I think I've got the final 2 to do. I think there's 10 in total, and I've 3-starred most of them, and I've just got to do the last couple, and then I'll finally allow myself to play sandbox mode, which is the point where I've said I might stream it. I might stream sandbox mode.
What's sandbox
but probably
mode?
not. Well, you just get to do what you like.
The free
In what
for all
sense?
college, basically. You build your own uni.
Yeah, you just get a bunch of land and some money, and you just build a university however you feel like it. You're not trying to hit criteria. You don't have to run any particular courses or anything like that. So yeah, that will be fun, but I want to learn everything before I get to that point. And unbelievably, there is new stuff that they throw at you on every one of these campuses so far. It's a surprisingly deep game. I've probably put 30 plus hours into this now over the last couple of weeks, and I'm still learning new stuff every time I play it, which is awesome.
Because we were talking,
and it runs perfectly on the Steam
and
Deck.
I was telling you I've got like a 100,000 or whatever it was, and you're like, how did you get that? And I was like, I got to 3 stars and was there for like 8 years, and you're like, I was going for it doing 1 or 2 years.
That's what made me want to start 3-starring them. And then once you get a little bit further into it, some of the criteria for hitting 3 stars is like have a monthly profit of over $50,000. So that's quite hard to do on quite a small campus because your profits are usually nowhere near that. So yeah, it's not unusual for me to be at somewhere for like 8 or 9 years to get to the point where I've 3-starred everything and met all the criteria. Some of the stuff is really hard to do, like getting to the point where you can do $50,000 of monthly profit whilst keeping your staff happiness above 75% and hygiene above 75%, and just trying to do all that stuff at the same time. Because staff are usually quite happy if you give them a pay rise, but that makes it hard for you to make that level of profit. And it's a clever little game. I very much enjoy it.
I was finding that sticking to the 1-star method meant all the levels felt a bit quick, because I'd go, oh, I'm going to mainline the thing they want. If the staff need to be happy, everyone gets a pay rise, let's go. And, that would be my answer. But, yeah, I think similarly with 2 Point Hospital, if you focused on perfecting the building, getting all the criteria right, it does become, like you say, a deeper game. I haven't played as far into it as I would have expected to. I was going to ask you, in 2 Point Hospital, you get to a point where you get like there's a breakout and you have to catch people who are sick and all of this. Do they have anything like that in this one, or is it just the knights attacking the school? Is that their equivalent?
There's natural disasters as well. So you have like earthquakes and stuff. And when you go to the Hogwartsy kind of school, there's the bad witch puts curses on you and stuff, and there's little bits and bobs. There's always little bits and bobs.
Cool. Well, yeah, I've played that too, and it's fun. It's enjoyable. I keep thinking, do I want? Because Ollie asked if he could play it, and I was like, I don't know if he'll get it. But there's no harm in him playing it. It's not got any kind of rudeness to it, has it? It's just, will he get the depth of it, or will he get annoyed? I suppose I'll just let him have a crack at it. Is it? Do you know if it's on Xbox? Like, can you? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I suddenly thought I'm saying this. He asked me about it, but I didn't.
Yeah, Anna's been playing it on Xbox, haven't you?
And I'm guessing if it works on any Xbox, it'll work on the Xbox One. Sorry, yeah.
Don't see why it wouldn't. I think the whole point of Game Pass is everything runs on everything, isn't it?
Mine's starting to play up. It's got it's had a seed. This is a bit of a tangent, but he stuck a Minecraft disc in it, and the Xbox just ate it. And I read online there's a hole on the side of Xboxes you can poke a long, thin piece of metal into, and it will spit out the disc. And I am trying increasingly longer pieces of metal and pushing them further and further into this Xbox, and none of them are working. And I'm really, really confused. I found like a hairpin, and I straightened it out, and I stuck it in. I'd been told you only needed 4 centimeters, but I must have been 7 centimeters deep at one point, and nothing was happening. And I thought, okay,
that's what she said.
Something's going wrong here. So I'm not really sure. I don't really want to take it apart. So I think I just don't have a disc drive on my Xbox anymore. That's how we're living with that one.
Oh, there you go. You've moved on to a modern console then. I forgot discs ever existed. I was like, a Minecraft disc? What on earth does that mean?
The worst thing is, he said to me, I'll just play the other version of Minecraft that's on there then. And I was like, well, why were you putting the disc in? And he just said, I don't know. I just thought, I wonder what's different about it. But kids are bizarre, aren't they? I've not played much different other than that. I've still been playing Minecraft, speaking of it. But one thing I have done that's slightly different, and I just thought warranted a conversation, was that I've been playing Hollow Knight a lot online, and trying to maximize that. And one thing we did recently was install. You're probably familiar with Hamanchi. Have you heard of that? It's like a way to make sort of a private network between computers. And we downloaded a mod for Hollow Knight, and then we were playing multiplayer Hollow Knight, so we were in the game together and could just gather around, jumping about, hit each other, whatever. But it seemed really cool. I thought I need to learn more about this, because if I can do this with old games like the old, let's say, the one that immediately came to mind for me with my friends was I really wanted to play Yuri's Revenge from Red Alert 2. If I can get that together and make a Himanchi game of that, as quickly and easily as Hollow Knight did it. That's amazing. But yeah, it's. I'm wondering what other single player games can be turned into multiplayer games with this. There's like meant to be a Among Us mode and all sorts on there. So yeah, I'm excited to perhaps we're planning on some game nights with that. We only probably spent about an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half playing with it, just getting it working and setting up and testing it. But we were able to, because I've got this mod pack, I was able to just unlock all the moves and everything straight off the bat and do some funky things with the game to try and make it more interesting. But I was like, this is the first time I've ever modded a game properly and started doing really interesting things with it. Normally, the depth of my modding would be some sort of face pack or something. The kind of mods you'd do on Football Manager, but maybe just tweaking a few games here and there. But this is full on. People have gone nuts with this, making their own games out of it entirely. And yeah, just having Himanchi in this pack was just a cool little experience to play with. It meant I had to go buy Hollow Knight on Steam for a $5, which wasn't much, obviously, but it means I own the game twice now. What kind of monster would buy a game multiple times, Kevin Anna?
Only an idiot.
But no, it's been fun playing that, and yeah, as I say, I want to check out more. I want to see what else I can do with other games.
I don't appreciate only me and Anna being targeted there. Pab's the biggest culprit for that.
Does he really?
Yes, he does.
How dare you?
What
How many
games?
times do you own Diablo, Pabby?
1, 2, 4. They're not every system.
To be fair, I think I knew you did that. I didn't know Pab did that too. I just thought you maybe owned it a couple. Oh, okay. All right, and Pab.
The fact you don't do it makes you a bit weird.
Yeah.
You've now become a little less weird.
I started to fit in more. I also wanted to just to bring myself back down. A little game turned 10 the other day. A little mobile phone game that's been dear to my heart for about 9 3/4 years after telling you that I didn't think it was very good. And you basically played it for the first month that it came out, and then I've played it every month since. But Simpsons Tapped Out, Kev, had its 10-year anniversary the other day. Gave a little golden donut that you tap and it gives you some donuts to say thank you for playing. I was like,
oh, that was worth a decade of your life. Then you got a golden donut.
I mentioned to my wife, I was like, oh, Tapped Out just done its 10-year anniversary gift, and she was like, what a waste of your life, 10 years. I said, yeah, I didn't realise it was older than my son. Didn't realise that Ollie turns 10 in October. I know that we had the chat about we basically named him on the podcast, but to think that we've been doing this that long, that I've been playing a game longer than I've known him, kind of thing, is absurd. But I do wonder how many times I've tapped it. I wish there was a tap counter in there, because I bet it's a bloody lot. I bet there's a few million taps thrown into that. But yeah, 10 years. Are there any other mobile games? I say this knowing that my son got Fruit Ninja today, and I was like, I didn't know that was still available, really. I would have thought that would have been retired. But are there any mobile games you've been playing for that long? Could I just ask?
Twitter, didn't that win Game of All Time or something at some point? I've been playing that for more than 10 years.
Have you? When did that come out?
I joined Twitter, hold on, it says on your profile, February 2009.
Oh, yeah, I got a 13-year thing, actually, the other day pop up, I think. 2009.
I was on Twitter before you existed. That's how long I've been on Twitter.
Before I was born into your life.
None of you three existed. None of you three had been cast when I joined Twitter. That's how long I've been on Twitter.
You know you're an actor in my life. You know that.
Seems unlikely.
Seems very likely. I mean, I can confirm it because I'm the only person I know is truly in existence. Therefore, that's it.
I mean, incredible.
But no, I can't think of any other games that I've had on my phone that long or been into that long. Like even Pokemon Go is only 6.
I think I've still got that app where you can pretend to drink a pint of beer.
Do you just do it every now and again when you're feeling thirsty on a hot day?
Yeah, or the one that's a Zippo lighter.
Ludicrous.
Or the bubble wrap.
Yeah, all of these. These are top tier apps.
Imagine getting in that early and just, we'd have been rich. Just a bubble pop him. But yeah, no, that's all I've been playing, and I just wanted to shout out to, the #1 mobile app on all good app stores.
Excellent. Pab, for goodness sake, put an advert in. Not for Simpsons Tapped Out. Excellent non-Simpsons related advert there. Enjoyed it very much. Somebody talk about video games that aren't on mobile phones.
Oh, Anna, go on then, because my games are on mobile phones, so...
Oh, Pab, for goodness sake!
Oh, I'm intrigued. I'm all ears, Pab, when we get to you.
So
He's got Fortnite tapped out.
Oh gosh, imagine. So I was playing 3 Point with Kevin. I fell off that quite quickly.
Did you say 3 Point?
Yeah, 3 Point. I'm a little.
I want to play
tired
3
today.
Point.
2 Point University.
Campus.
Yeah.
I heard 3 Point Move, and I was like, what on earth is 3 Point Move?
I got to.
That's our game.
I got to the one. I think it was like robots and stuff, and I just got a bit bored because I didn't see the point in it. It wasn't. I don't know. It didn't gel with me quite well. But Kevin was loving it. Every night he was either in his cupboard or in here on his Steam Deck playing it. So
With Alan.
With Alan, the footstool. Yeah, I'm not going to explain it to people. Kevin has.
People know about Alan, I think.
I'm sure they do. And yes, I was playing. What was it? Ghost of Tsushima or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. I came off that and I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm bored. Because I've played this so many times and I've always got to the same point and I just fall off it. I was going through the Game Pass and I was like, right, what can I play that I haven't played for a while that is on this machine that has now made me buy an extra controller because this one is old and sticky. So now I've paid £72 for a new controller. But I made it myself. I went on the Xbox design. That was fun to do.
Yeah, it's good, that. It is good.
Yeah, I am a little bit upset that you put Miss Lelujo on it rather than just Lelujo. When I steal it, it's going to look weird.
It's not yours. You've got like 3 controllers. I have 1. And like when it loses battery, I have to go and put it on charge and I have to wait. That's the only thing I don't like about Xbox controllers. It's just the waiting. Like
I'll swap the new one for a Football Manager
I don't
one.
want a Football Manager one. I want mine. So mine is an orange front, bright orange front. The back is lime green. My back triggers are red. My front trigger things are like a turquoise. Mm-hmm. And then my sticks are also turquoise. And then the little... What is it? The pad? The up and down...
D-pad.
The D-pad is also a blue, but it's metallic, so that was an extra £3. And then I got it engraved with my name because I know someone will try to steal it.
I mean, to him, it would just be a weird dog-eyed grey colour, wouldn't it? He wouldn't it's going to benefit old colourblind over there. Have a brown item for my brown life.
So yeah,
I have had a bit of a brown life this week. I'm struggling again with toilet time. Oh.
I thought you were down to 1 hole again.
Yeah, but that 1 hole is angry.
You need to buy some anus salts, sir.
Oh, he does smell really bad. Like, it really is bad because he was in the middle. The middle.
That noise wasn't me, by the way.
He was on the middle floor, and I'm in the front room. So it was like a hallway, and I could smell him in the living room. So I had to shut the door today. He stinks so bad.
To the point where Anna sent me a TikTok of somebody having a really loud poo in a service station toilet, and she sent it to me saying, "This isn't you, is it?" And I think she meant it.
If you want to drive to mine, tomorrow night probably be a good night, and just sit in my downstairs toilet with the window open while next door in the jacuzzi. I feel like it's time. Be quite a good birthday present to just solve that problem.
I think now you've publicly invited me for this purpose, it is probably manslaughter on your behalf if I come and do that.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't say this because I'm trying to be anonymous when I do it, but on Monday, I'm doing a BBC radio interview that's going to be put in the British Library to historically immortalise my vendetta against my neighbours. I'm having a conversation with a lady who has lived next to her neighbours for 26 years and loves them, and I'm the opposite side of the debate.
Oh.
And they're going to put it in a library, and if I want,
How can that even be a debate? Surely it is. One of you's got good neighbours, one of you has rubbish neighbours. You're not going to convince her neighbours are bad, surely.
We've got to talk for 45 minutes about neighbours. I don't even know why. I don't know if it's because neighbours
Talk about
is finishing.
Toadfish Rebecca.
I mean, I might start by saying, "Oh wait, what? No, I thought this was about Stingray and Toadfish," and just like keep trying to guide the conversation to Paul Robinson and Harold Bishop. But no, I just because I did that one the other year about it during lockdown, they just have me down on their file of facts of people as hates neighbours. And just ring me up when they want to do a story.
That's how you're known within the BBC.
Yeah,
you're the guy who hates his neighbours.
So they rang me and I was like, well, it's not going too bad now. Kind of, they stopped doing it. And then she told me what it was for and I was like, yeah, all right, go on. And to be fair, I was laying in bed last week and I could hear Michael Bublé outside. I told him to shut up. And
that is his neighbour. For anyone wondering, he lives next door to him.
He said he was just coming out of their party. But no, I thought it was coming from the other side of town. And then I went downstairs to get myself some water. And I realised it was coming from next door's garden. I thought, right, this is going on that bloody radio interview. Apparently, I think it's going to be on Radio 4, like in a 10-minute segment. But the whole 45 minutes is going into the British Library.
Oh, when is
As
this?
a kind of historic moment. I don't know when it'll be on the radio, but recording it Monday morning. But it's going to be, it's just going to be weird. I've really got to be careful. I don't want to say something that properly slags them off and then ruins
I
my
couldn't
life
live
somehow.
with it. I would have lost my mind by now.
Uh,
It's the one thing I cannot abide is that.
my kids have gone in the garden. I mean, they know we don't like it. My kids went in the garden and went, excuse me, neighbour, can you turn it down, please? It's really annoying. And they just turned it up to drown them out. And I was like, boom.
No.
That's quite funny.
Sir, need to get yourself a drum kit.
I mean, I'm pretty loud as it is. I do think I need to be clear on this radio thing that, we're not a quiet family. No, I play System of a Down and all sorts back at them when it's really, when I'm really having a struggle with it. I played that song, I Hate You So Much right now, just because the lyrics were very good at getting the message across.
I do that to Kevin.
And some other song, I just was looking for songs with lyrics like "Shut Up," "Stop Making Some." Do you know what I mean? Like, I just could. Went for a very passive aggressive week or so of that. It didn't work. I mean, they probably just thought he's finally joining in with the loud music.
If you want to be passive aggressive, you need to get a T-shirt like the T-shirt I got this week that just says "Sorry, I'm late. I didn't want to come" on it, which I'm going to wear to every family event from now on.
It's a good shout. It doesn't really help me unless I turn up to their garden parties. Doesn't help either. And again, risky business saying this, but
Don't worry, no one's listening. We're after the advert. Everyone's gone.
Point. They had a party the other week, and one of my son's Senko people, not Senko, but like support staff from school was there, and a lady who works at the school was there. I just thought, oh great, I hope they don't know us. I hope they notice us, because I don't know we live here, do they? But we saw them getting out of the car, and we were like, why are people from his school here? And we're like, oh, good grief.
Because everyone knows everybody in Deepin. It's one of them places.
Everyone knows we live in Deepin, but yeah, no, it is one of those places. It's mildly concerning, but I can't wait to slate them on national radio. I just feel like it's last time it was local radio. It's leveling up. I'll be on BBC News next, and then who knows where. But
so that's what Anna's played this week.
I was gonna say, what are you talking about again?
I know, it's great, isn't it? So yeah, I've bought a new controller because like Kevin I showed him, I was like, oh, it's so expensive. He was like, no, that's about how much they are now. And controllers are quite expensive. So I paid like an extra 20 quid to have my own colours. So that's quite cool. Because like a new controller is like £59. I was astonished. Because I don't really buy controllers. Kevin buys me them for Christmas presents and stuff. So I've not had to buy a controller for years. But yeah, I was like, oh gosh, okay. So I bought one of them for the Xbox, so that's kind of cool. And this week I have started after, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. After 8 years, I've decided to play Dragon Age Inquisition again.
Oh,
I
didn't
know.
expect that one.
Yeah, so it's on Xbox, on the EA
thought-
Pass or something.
When you said you decided to play and then you went quiet and I just heard, "Brrr," I thought you were playing like a little war trumpet.
No, I was trying to figure
Like,
out
what on
how
earth
many
is she
years.
playing?
That was
I had
good.
to figure out, go 2014, because like my last save on the Xbox was 2014, and I was like, oh gosh, that's quite a long time, because I remember playing it, and I'm sure I played it on the PlayStation first, so I must have at some point bought this or tried this in 2014 in some capacity to have a save from there. I don't know if it's got like cross save or anything, but anyway, my last save for Inquisition was 2014, and I've started from the start and I'm playing it again and very much enjoying it. So this it's like a segmented open world. So you have there's areas that you go to because there's like a big thing in the sky, this big hole that you need to go and shut, and you're the chosen one that has to go and shut it. And like your areas are accessed via the war table, and you can't just walk to these places. You have to like fast travel from your base, and then you have a part of an open world. There's a big area, and then you can go and do your missions in that, but you can't go from like, say I'm at the Dark Plains now, you can't go back to Skyhold just by walking there. You have to do it via the big map. You can't just walk there. So that's kind of cool, that it keeps it in a self-contained area, that you're not getting lost, and everything you do there is in that area. So I like that, because I know what I'm doing. I don't have to go like travel across the world. It's not like Skyrim. You know what I mean? Skyrim is just a big map that you have to walk from one town to the other. If you want to go for like the first time you go there, you have to visit it before you can get a fast travel point there, or like a carriage or whatever it is over there. So I like the fact that it's just in a self-contained area, and I can do what I need to. I can come out of that area and go back in. Like today I've been playing this one area, and there was a bridge that was broken and a cave that had caved in, and I can go to the war table, and because you're the leader of the Inquisition, you have all these different teams that can go and do stuff. So I had like a team while I was at the war table. I had like one team while I was still there go and fix the bridge, and like a minute later it comes like the bridge is fixed, and I can go travel there immediately if I want to. But I was like, no, wait a minute, let's go and do the cave in. So I send a team to go and do the cave in. A minute later they say, yep, that's open, you can go there now. And you just like, you can instantly travel there from the table. So like you're not having to go, I need to go to this area. Like in The Witcher, you can't just fast travel instantly. You have to go to like a signpost. And sometimes if you're in the middle of nowhere and you want to fast travel back to a base area, you have to go and find like a signpost, and sometimes that's annoying. Whereas this, you can just go into the world map and then go straight back to like your main hub area, and then go on with your game. So I like that. That's kind of cool. I did a puzzle today. So this game, you can just like, I'm an archer, so I like to stay back from the fight and do my archer thing. But they also have this thing as where, I don't know what it's called off the top of my head, but you can stop what's happening, and you can command each character to go and do what it wants, and then like everything pauses, and you're like, say your warrior goes up to the big one, and you click hit the enemy. You can go to your mage and say, right, this is an ice creature, throw fire at it. Then you can go to like your rogue and say, right, go around the back and backstab him. And then you can advance time as fast or as slow as you want, and everything happens the way you've done it. So you can strategize the way you like take on the battles. I don't personally use it because I just shoot my arrow and let everybody else, because they're all like very tanky. I'm like, just you go over there. I just want to enjoy the story and explore the environments, but they are all like very tanky and do what they think. But I had to do it today because there's like a puzzle underground, and like you had to pull a lever, turn this key thing, and pull another lever, so everything had to happen at the same time to get this one thing to happen. And you did have to use this pause system, so you could like give everyone a command to do so that it would work. And I finally done it, but I find it very irritating because sometimes it doesn't go the way you want it to go, and that annoyed me. But yeah, I'm just playing this. The only thing that does do my head in is like this self-contained area. Yes, you can explore and do what you want, but sometimes, just sometimes, the further afield you go, sometimes the enemies are too hard, and then you have to come out of that area, do a different area, and then go back to that area to clear the enemies that they. Because like at the start of this game, I'm like, what is happening? I'm in the hinterlands. I need to go up there to the Red Cliff or Redfield, manor, and I can't get there because the enemies all had like schools next to their their health, and I was like, what is happening? But then I read it's like, yeah, you have to come out sometimes, go and progress with the story, get some more like levels up, and then go back. So I was like, okay, it's been a while since I played this game, so I forgot. But yeah, I can't take on dragons yet. The dragons are a little hard at the moment, but I'm only level 13, and I've pretty much played this every day. It is a problem. But my Saints Row got dispatched today, so hopefully that will come on, what date are we on? Friday. Hopefully it will come on Monday, because we're away on Tuesday and it's out on Tuesday, so fingers crossed it might come early, but who knows. But yeah, I've got the new Saints Row coming. I haven't really looked into it, but it was like 48 quid when I pre-ordered it. I was like, it's the summer, there's nothing else I want to really put my money to, so I'll give Saints Row a go. Because I liked 1 and 2. I didn't like, I liked 2 and 3, but I did not like 4. I could not stand 4. And then what?
You know what I did play a little bit of today?
What did you play?
I played a tiny little smidgen, just in relation. I played a little bit of Agents of Mayhem.
Oh, did you?
It's not that bad.
It's not, no. It's just
fine.
It didn't, I don't think it did what, who make it? Volition, is it? Who makes it?
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
I don't think it did as well as they wanted it to do. It is, it's very, I don't know how to describe it. Like you have
like
to
team-based.
Yeah.
Team-based.
Like
a little bit like Crackdown. I felt a little bit like Crackdown.
It was set in the
Didn't
same.
seem as goofy as well as some of the.
It was set in the Saints Row world, but just didn't have the same Saints Rowness to it. So the new one comes out on Tuesday. I'll give it a whirl because it's coming. Yeah, I haven't really, like I said, I haven't looked into any of the media into it. I just want to put it in, play it. It's just goofy fun. But at the moment, yeah, Dragon Age is my jam at the moment. Because, like, I remember hearing from BioWare that the new one was going to come out, and we didn't have one last generation. So hopefully we'll get one this generation. Because I do like Dragon Age. It's a fun game. Because they left...
BioWare got too busy making their silly shooter, didn't they? Why?
Well, Anthem. Yeah, but they left Inquisition on such a cliffhanger. You're like, well, now what's going to happen? Because, like, it didn't... Because all the games are intertwined. Like, you've got Varric, who's in, like, I think at least 2 of them. And then, like, the ending of Inquisition, you're like, well, that was unexpected. Where is it going now? Like, there's been nothing for... Since 2014, nothing. They have to like make a new one, or at least be in production of one. I really need to know what happens, and just But yes, Inquisition has all I've been playing this week. So over to Pab with his mobile games.
Abby,
It's just technicality because I didn't play it on mobile. Kev was right, or whoever was right before saying been playing Fortnite. I've been playing Fortnite.
I'm usually right.
And Dragon Ball characters are in there now. There's a whole Dragon Ball quest. I put a little bit of money into it to get the Dragon Ball characters because I'd be a hypocrite if I said I've always said if they put Dragon Ball characters in, I would buy them. I was like, wait,
said that.
I've got to do it now. I've said it to myself. Yeah, so we've got.
It's his motto, isn't it? He's been saying it for 10 years.
Yes, we've got a Goku, we've got a Vegeta, you got a Bulma,
Pardon?
and Beerus.
Filthy pab.
And yeah, there is a whole quest line. There is there's quests where it's just like general Fortnite quests where it's like do certain damage or whatever it is, or do visit certain places. And there's also the Kame house is there, and there's a capsule corp, I think, from what I've seen. And the capsule corp, like, capsules get fired down on the map, like, periodically, and they give you a Nimbus cloud, which works infinitely and is very frustrating because there's far too many on the map. So what happens there, you get the Nimbus cloud, you equip it, and then you throws you into the air and you can fly away on it. It acts like a glider essentially, but you can cancel out of the glider and then not take damage. So you can cancel out of it immediately and just drop to the ground and start attacking people. Very frustrating. Shouldn't really happen in my eyes, but it does. The other thing in there is a Kamehameha blast, which is insanely powerful and looks very cool. It's just got like a 5-second wind up on it, so if someone sees you doing it, you are in trouble. But it's very cool. It's very cool.
You're saying words I don't understand.
Yeah, people who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know.
Okay.
And it's like I said,
And if you don't, you're cool.
yeah. There's a whole like say battle. It's like a mini battle pass type thing in it. Like I say, you do challenges to earn. You're trying to find all the Dragon Balls. You find all 7 Dragon Balls through doing the challenges. You'll get a Shenron glider. So that's the aim at the minute. To try and get all the Dragon Balls. And that's what I've been playing all week.
I'm pretty sure I know where to look for the Dragon's Balls, pal.
Yeah? Well, let me know when you find them. The only other thing I've played, I have been... something else. Overwatch Remix is out at the minute. There was a chance to get a skin for Tracer, which was a skin that was in the comic book by Babstar. And I was like, I kind of want to get this now, and I had 2 days to get it, so I played it all a Sunday to try and play it. I had to play like 28 games, I think, or something like that. So much stupid like that to play 28 games. I don't think I did actually, because I think wins counted as 2. But I've been playing Overwatch again, and I've just been playing it with friends, and it's been fun. It is genuinely a cool game to play at times. When you're winning anyway, at least. When you're losing, it's just annoying. It's like, why... Like, you just start getting angry at your team that are not playing the right characters and stuff, but that's just being salty about it. But I do like Fortnite. I do like Fortnite. I do like Overwatch. I'm looking forward to Overwatch 2, see how it changes. But yeah, Overwatch has been, like I say, I feel like I feel like I played at least 20 games at the weekend, and to varying results, to playing different classes as well, because predominantly I play medic classes, healing. I can play some tank classes as well, but I selected the pick any category, pick any class sort of thing, and then I got put into the attack class, which never happens because a friend of mine picked that I want to play attack. All I want to do is play attack this round because we were annoyed at how bad the attack was in the previous game. And I want to say we sat there for 10 minutes at least, maybe 15 minutes before we couldn't get into a game because you if you pick tank or medic class, you'll pretty much get filtered into a game because everybody wants to play attack class. You pick attack class and you just go into a long queue to get into a game. And I think like we sat there for 10-15 minutes, and we were just like, let's just play regular. Let's just go back into playing tank. And I randomly got into a attack class and I didn't know what to do with myself because I never play attack. So I played like the most spammy character, the junk rat. I think I played for most of the round just firing. Have a grenade launcher, just lobbing grenades at people for an entire round, and we won. And Overwatch is good. I've not played it in a long time, but I do like Overwatch. And other than that, that is pretty much it. I've not really played on the Steam Deck that much this week. I played a bit of Rocket League. I wanted to play something with just not much stakes to it, like where I could have my iPad on and where I'm just listening to something in the background. I'm not really paying attention to. I can listen to something for a podcast or something, and I can just play a game and not have a deep story or anything like that. I just want very much a Dewey game, and Rocket League I've been playing a little bit on there, and it works fine. It absolutely works spot on for a Rocket League, and it's all been multiplayer games I've been playing a lot recently. I've just noticed that I've been playing a lot of multiplayer games.
You're becoming a meathead in your old age.
I know, and I'm looking forward to Call of Duty and everything. Crazy.
Goodness me, you need to get some roguelikes in your system. Get yourself back leveled.
I know, I'll be back soon. But that is a lot.
Get yourself a Metroidvania. We know how much you love them.
Soon.
There we go.
Well, I've just told you can make a multiplayer Metroidvania earlier, Pabby. Sorry, Kev.
Oh. I was trying to wrap things up.
I know you were.
Just talking over me. What a monster. Keeping us to a tight hour. Now we're over, and it's his fault, everybody. Add that to your things to send to @RB6K this week. Complaints and doctor's notes. That's what he needs from you this week. But if you do want to follow us on the internet, you can follow us as a collective to find out all the latest details of MGPX 2023 as Pab announces them. You can follow us at MGUK Podcast, or you can follow me at Lelujo.
And I'm at RB6K.
I'm at Miss Lelujo.
And I'm at Pab 1986.
I've just realised when I'm doing the intro and the outro, I look right down the lens of my camera, and this isn't being filmed. I wonder how long I've been doing that for. See you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Toodle pip.
Thanks for listening, folks.